You what?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I'm gonna...
After being introduced to the magical world of Jeannie through her playful and sometimes mischievous antics, viewers soon learned about her specific requests and instructions from Tony Nelson. In one memorable scene, Jeannie insisted that Tony stroke it very gently when trying to help her with a task involving her magical powers. However, Tony's reluctance to follow her precise instruction led to humorous misunderstandings and amusing consequences. Jeannie's desire for gentle handling or delicate treatment contrasted with Tony's tendency to rush or become impatient, creating a comedic tension that added to the show's appeal. Despite her magical abilities and playful nature, Jeannie's expectations about how she wanted to be treated also highlighted her childish charm, making her plea both endearing and funny. Her insistence on a gentle touch reflected her desire to be appreciated and understood, even in her magical world. The scene underscored the show's recurring themes of sweet fantasy blended with comedy, and Jeannie's charm was amplified by her insistence that her instructions be taken seriously. Tony's repeated refusal to stroke it very gently led to playful moments that kept viewers entertained and added depth to their often humorous interactions. The contrast between Jeannie's innocent requests and Tony's humorous defiance became a highlight of the series, showcasing their unique relationship and the blend of magic and comedy that made the show so popular.
Perhaps you're right. I think a few days of rest is indicated. You're confined to this house until further notice.
Here, this house here? Oh.
In the television series I Dream of Jeannie, which first aired in 1965, the story revolves around the life of Major Anthony Nelson, a NASA pilot stationed in Cocoa Beach, Florida. His life takes a sudden turn when he encounters a mysterious and enchanting woman named Jeannie, who is a fairy trapped in a bottle. The character of Jeannie is portrayed as a beautiful, mischievous genie with a playful personality and remarkable magical powers. Her attire often includes a short, revealing harem costume, which accentuates her enchanting appearance and adds a touch of comedy to the show. The series focuses on the humorous and sometimes chaotic moments that arise from Jeannie's attempts to help Major Nelson, often leading to comical misunderstandings and unintended consequences. One look at Eden's character Jeannie, dressed in her scantily clad harem-style costume, shows her as a captivating and charismatic figure. Her attire, combined with her lively personality, captures the imagination of viewers and perfectly fits her enchanting role in the series. It became clear early on that Major Nelson was completely mesmerized by Jeannie's charm and beauty. As the story unfolds, Jeannie follows Major Nelson back to Cocoa Beach, Florida, becoming a constant presence in his life and adding a dose of magical mischief to his everyday routine. Over the course of 5 seasons, the show explores their growing relationship, blending comedy, fantasy, and romance. Throughout the series, Jeannie's playful behavior and magical tricks often lead to humorous situations that keep audiences entertained. The relationship between Major Nelson and Jeannie develops through these amusing encounters, where Jeannie's powers sometimes cause chaos, but also help resolve problems in unexpected ways. Meanwhile, the lively backdrop of NASA's Cocoa Beach setting provides a realistic contrast to Jeannie's fantasy world, creating a unique mix of science fiction and magical comedy. As Jeannie's enchanting presence becomes more prominent, her costumes and playful antics continue to be a significant part of the show's charm, captivating viewers and making the series a memorable classic. With her magical abilities and delightful personality, Jeannie becomes an iconic character, enchanting audiences season after season as their madcap adventures unfold with humor and heart.
Lady holding a torch.
The Statue of Liberty?
Oh, that's it!
Since the show I Dream of Jeannie was created and produced by Sidney Sheldon, it was developed as a response to the popularity of the rival series Bewitched, which had already captured a large audience. The creators aimed to craft a new kind of magical comedy that would stand out and appeal to family viewers. The central character, Jeannie, played by Barbara Eden, was a young, beautiful genie who was freed from her bottle and came to live with an astronaut named Tony Nelson. Although she referred to him as Master, anyone who watched the show knew that Eden's genie was actually in charge of the household. Her powerful magic and mischievous personality often took the lead, causing humorous situations and chaos for Tony. The character dynamics between Jeannie and Tony were carefully designed to highlight a humorous contrast. Tony was often serious, logical, and in control in his professional life, but at home, Jeannie's playful and all-powerful nature shaped their relationship into one filled with comedy and unexpected twists. Eden's Jeannie was not just a helper, but was emotionally attached, often acting out of love and loyalty to Tony, yet her overwhelming power made her unpredictable. This mix of authority and affection made their interactions interesting, as Jeannies might often reverse the traditional roles, showing that she was truly the one in charge behind the scenes. The character of Jeannie was inspired by the classic idea of a magical being who could grant wishes and perform incredible feats. However, her personality and the show's humor gave her much more depth. Her playful attitude, combined with her desire to make Tony happy and her mischievous pranks, made her a memorable character. The chemistry between Eden and Larry Hagman, who played Tony, was key to the show's success, as their on-screen relationship balanced humor with charm. The creation of Jeannie's character was a response to the cultural fascination with magic and fantasy, but it also reflected a modern twist on traditional roles, showing a woman with supernatural powers who was both playful and bold. Overall, the character dynamics in I Dream of Jeannie were shaped by the creative vision of Sidney Sheldon and influenced heavily by the show's response to the success of Bewitched. Jeannie's role as the all-powerful, affectionate spirit who was really in charge brought fresh humor and appeal to television audiences. Her whimsical personality, combined with her magical abilities and love for Tony, made her an iconic character in television history, leaving a lasting impression of how magic and humor could blend to entertain viewers of all ages.
Nelson.
Well, you got 4 eagles, 4 double eagles.
After opening the casting call for the role of Jeannie in the TV series I Dream of Jeannie, the producer faced many difficulties finding the right actress. He was very specific about what he wanted, and made it clear he needed someone who could bring the character of Jeannie to life exactly as he envisioned. However, no matter how many auditions he held, he could not find an actress who could play the part the way he had written it. One rule he was very firm on was that he did not want a blonde actress for the role. He believed that casting a blonde Jeannie might cause confusion because of the character's similarities to the blonde witch on a popular TV show called Bewitched. The producer felt that having 2 blonde characters with magical abilities could be confusing for viewers, and might take away from the unique charm of his show. Despite many unsuccessful auditions and efforts to find the perfect actress through standard casting procedures, the producer decided to take a different approach. He reached out directly to Barbara Eden's agent, believing that she might be the right fit for the role. When he called, he was confident she could bring the character of Jeannie to life in the way he wanted. Fortunately, Barbara Eden was eager to take on the part, and her casting ultimately became one of the most iconic choices in television history. Her charm, comedic talent, and ability to embody the playful and mischievous spirit of Jeannie made the character unforgettable for audiences everywhere. Her natural charisma helped establish the show's success and turned her into a legendary TV star. The rest, as they say, is history, and her role in I Dream of Jeannie continues to be celebrated today.
Okay, why don't you just take it easy and I'll play the you can.
On September 18, 1965, at 8 p.m., the television series I Dream of Jeannie made its debut. This marked a significant moment because it was part of NBC's larger plan to broadcast most of its prime-time shows in color during the fall of that year. The show quickly gained popularity for its fun stories about a magical genie and her master, an astronaut named Tony Nelson. However, even though the network was moving toward color broadcasting, I Dream of Jeannie was not fully in color from the start. Instead, it was broadcast mainly in black and white, which was unusual for a new show at that time. The reason for this was because of the special photographic effects used in the show. These effects created the magic scenes where Jeannie would appear and perform her tricks. These complicated effects required specific filming techniques that were easier to do in black and white. The other program that remained in black and white along with I Dream of Jeannie was chosen for similar technical reasons related to the complexity of their visual effects. Throughout the run of the series, many episodes used special effects to make Jeannie's magic seem real and fun, which was part of what made the show so special. Over time, the show transitioned into color broadcasts, but the original episodes primarily remained in black and white because of these effects. The series became a big hit and continues to be remembered as a classic comedy about magic, humor, and the adventures between a genie and her master.
I go to where Major Nelson is.
Major Nelson?
Yes, sir. My theory is...
As the second season of I Dream of Jeannie aired, the production team recognized the growing importance of color television and the need for improved visual effects that would look good in color. Therefore, they invested additional effort into refining the techniques used to create these effects, which was essential because by 1966, all primetime TV series in the United States were being produced in color. This shift meant that the magic and fantasy elements of the show had to be carefully crafted to appear vibrant and seamlessly integrated when viewed in color, requiring more sophisticated technology and skill from the special effects team. As a result, the show's visual effects became more dynamic and colorful, enhancing the overall viewing experience. The focus on these improvements also reflected the broader trend in television at the time, as the industry moved toward full-color broadcasts, making it necessary for shows like I Dream of Jeannie to adapt their visual techniques to stay competitive and appealing to a growing audience that expected vibrant and visually appealing programs. With the transition to color, the show's magical scenes became more lively, and the characters and setting gained a richer, more engaging appearance, helping the series maintain its popularity. This transition not only benefited the show's aesthetic appeal, but also pushed the boundaries of television production technology during that era. As a result, viewers enjoyed a more immersive experience, and the show maintained its charm and humor in the increasingly colorful landscape of television entertainment.
Do you like it, Master?
Oh, it's just
Well,
beautiful.
it's a little late, folks, so good night.
At first, I thought I would choose a green
Jeannie,
one.
I got some bad.
At first, the creators and producers of I Dream of Jeannie hoped that the show would be filmed in color, just like many other popular television series of that time. Sheldon, one of the key figures involved, was especially eager for the first season to be in color because he believed it would add more appeal and help the show stand out. However, due to financial concerns and network policies, NBC was reluctant to cover the additional costs that come with producing a show in color. The network executives were uncertain about the show's future and didn't want to invest more money into something they considered risky, especially since they doubted the show would last beyond a single season. Because of this, NBC decided to stick with black and white filming for the first season. They wanted to see how the show performed in its initial runs, and only if it proved successful would they consider paying for a color version in future seasons. This decision reflected the cautious attitude of the network, which was worried about wasting money on a potential one-season wonder. As a result, the entire first season of I Dream of Jeannie was produced in black and white, despite Sheldon's strong desire for it to be in color. This constraint shaped how the show was shot and presented in its early days, and it also made the transition to color in later seasons an important milestone for the series. The limitation on color filming during the first season highlights the financial and strategic considerations that television networks faced at the time. It shows how much the decision to produce in color could depend on a network's confidence in a show's longevity and success, and it exemplifies the cautious approach NBC took with new shows during that era. Ultimately, this constraint did not stop I Dream of Jeannie from becoming a beloved classic, but it did influence how the show was initially produced and how viewers first experienced it. Initially, viewers did not hear the familiar Jeannie theme song when the show first aired in 1965. It was only after the second season began that the series introduced a new opening sequence that was animated and displayed in color, which included a catchy tune that became instantly recognizable and closely associated with the show. This theme song contributed greatly to the show's popularity and helped set the playful, whimsical tone that audiences loved. Regarding the costume, the character of Jeannie quickly became known for her distinctive outfit, which consisted of a very revealing pink and red costume. This look became an iconic symbol of the show, instantly recognizable to fans, and often referenced as one of the most memorable costumes in television comedy. However, it is interesting to note that this skimpy costume was not part of the very beginning of the series. In the original pilot episode titled The Lady in the Bottle, which aired in the fall of 1965, Eden, the actress who played Jeannie, was dressed more modestly and was significantly covered up for the first 10 episodes of the series. It was only later, with the introduction of the animated opening in the second season, that the character's more daring costume was introduced, helping to establish her as an iconic figure in television history. The transition from modest dress to the revealing attire reflected a change in the show's visual style and possibly its marketing approach. As the series progressed, Jeannie's look became a defining feature of the series, embodying her playful and mischievous personality while also appealing to the show's target audience. The evolution of her costume and the introduction of the theme song mark important moments in the show's development, highlighting how television programs often adapt their visuals and audio to better engage viewers and leave a lasting impression. Fans of the series remember these details as part of what made I Dream of Jeannie a beloved, timeless show that continues to be referenced in popular culture.
Try to look busy, try to look busy.
Because of the series I Dream of Jeannie in 1965, many fans enjoyed the magical sitcom that featured a genie and her astronaut master. However, behind the scenes, there was a secret that was kept from the public. It wasn't because of censorship issues that certain storylines or appearances were avoided. Although censorship did influence some aspects of television during that time, it was not the main reason for what happened. The true reason was related to a personal matter involving the actress playing Jeannie. She was expecting a baby, and her pregnancy was kept hidden from viewers during the early part of the show's run. The actress confirmed her pregnancy on the exact day that I Dream of Jeannie was officially picked up and announced as a new series. This timing was significant because it meant producers and studio executives decided to keep her pregnancy a secret until then to avoid any disruption to the show's production or reception. The decision was carefully made so she could continue working without the public knowing about her pregnancy, avoiding misunderstandings or any negative reactions that might have come from revealing her condition too early. This concealment allowed the show to maintain its light, humorous tone without drawing attention to the actress's personal life. The secrecy also meant they could avoid having to modify scripts or storylines to account for her pregnancy. As a result, her pregnancy remained hidden until after the show was well established and she was ready to share her good news publicly. This careful handling of her pregnancy was a common practice at the time, as many actresses did not want their personal lives to be a topic of public discussion or speculation while working on a popular TV series. The focus remained on the magical antics and comedic situations between Jeannie and her master, which kept viewers entertained and engaged. The decision to keep her pregnancy a secret ultimately allowed the series to continue smoothly during its early seasons, while respecting her privacy and personal milestones. Since the television series I Dream of Jeannie aired during 1965, it became a beloved show that fans still remember today. The show revolved around a beautiful and mystical genie named Jeannie, played by Barbara Eden, who was discovered by an astronaut named Tony Nelson. Throughout the series, Barbara Eden brought humor, charm, and warmth to her role, making Jeannie an iconic character. During filming, there was a moment when Eden's pregnancy became noticeable. Instead of replacing her or changing the character, the producers decided to handle her growing belly in a creative way. They used a variety of techniques, including adding several extra veils to her genie costume, which helped hide her pregnancy from viewers. This made her look like she was covered in layers of fabric, blending her belly into the costume seamlessly. Barbara Eden often joked about this time, saying it felt like she was walking around in a tent because of all the extra fabric and veils. Her humor helped her handle the situation with lightheartedness and grace, keeping the character and the show on track. Fans appreciated how she maintained her sense of humor despite the challenges, which added to her charm both on and off the screen. The creative costume solutions, combined with Eden's playful attitude, made a unique mark on the production. Throughout the series, her ability to make jokes and remain cheerful helped everyone stay positive, even during moments when her costume had to do double duty. This time in filming is remembered by many as a funny and clever example of how television productions often adapt to real-life situations. Eden's humor and the producer's inventive costume techniques ensured that her character continued to shine while respecting her privacy and the show's spirit. Their teamwork and her lively personality helped keep I Dream of Jeannie a beloved classic that fans still cherish today. Because of Larry Hagman's behavior on the set of I Dream of Jeannie, stories and legends have grown over the years. As a talented and ambitious actor, he found it difficult to accept playing second fiddle to anyone, even to a beloved co-star like Barbara Eden. His attitude often reflected his desire to be the center of attention, and this sometimes caused tension among the cast and crew. Eden, who loved her work and appreciated the show's success, tried to maintain a professional relationship despite his actions. She shared that Larry was often demanding and difficult, and that he could be dismissive or impatient when things did not go his way. His reputation on set was that of a man who struggled with feelings of envy and insecurity, which sometimes led to clashes with others. Yet, despite his challenging behavior, Eden also admitted she understood the pressures of fame and the importance of the show's success. She believed Larry's talent was undeniable, but she also recognized that his mood swings and attitude created a tense environment at times. Their relationship was complicated, filled with moments of camaraderie and tension, and this dynamic played a part in the unique atmosphere of the show. Behind the scenes, it was clear that Larry Hagman's behavior was a mix of ambition, frustration, and a desire to be recognized for his talent, even as it sometimes created difficulties for those around him. Despite the challenges, the show continued to thrive, and the performances remained memorable for audiences. The story of their relationship shows how fame and personality can intertwine, creating both challenges and unforgettable moments on a beloved television series.
Mary. Yeah, well, she may be anxious to get married, but she's not stupid. You couldn't support her. You're not even real.
After watching the show, Hagman often felt disappointed because he believed the scripts were weak and overused, which made him frustrated. This frustration grew over time and led him to seek relief through alcohol and drugs. He would begin his mornings at the studio by drinking large amounts of champagne, hoping to ease his mind and start the day with a sense of calm. During breaks between filming scenes with Queen, he would retreat to his dressing room and continue to drink, trying to find serenity amid his dissatisfaction. His use of alcohol was not just a comfort, but also a way to cope with the pressure he felt from the repetitive and uninspiring scripts. The constant need to stay calm and focused often pushed him to rely heavily on champagne, which sometimes affected his behavior on set. He believed that by self-medicating, he could maintain the composure required for his role and conceal his growing frustration. This pattern of drinking and the emotional toll it took was a part of his experience during the filming of the series. Over time, his struggles with frustration and alcohol consumption became more evident to those around him, revealing the darker side of working on a show that he felt was not living up to its potential. Despite these issues, Hagman continued to perform, but behind the scenes, his frustrations and reliance on alcohol were significant challenges he often faced.
Disease where people fall asleep just because somebody whistles?
Maybe it's some rare exotic disease that no one ever heard of.
During the filming of the classic 1965 TV series, I Dream of Jeannie, there was a notable incident involving the show's actor that became part of behind-the-scenes lore. It is said that at one point, the actor became so intoxicated that he ended up urinating on the set of the show. This event was not directly witnessed by Eden, the actress who played Jeannie, but she was quite familiar with the actor's mood swings and behavior. She knew enough to recognize when he was potentially losing control or was in a troubled state. Because of this, she would often find a reason to make herself scarce during those times to avoid discomfort or awkwardness. The incident reflects the difficult days when actors sometimes struggled with substance issues, which could lead to unpredictable and unprofessional moments on set. Despite these challenges, the show continued to charm audiences and remains a beloved part of television history. The incident, while embarrassing, also highlights how actors' personal struggles can sometimes spill into their work environment, affecting the atmosphere on set and the interactions among cast members. It's an example of how behind the scenes, the cast and crew had to navigate personal issues while maintaining the professionalism necessary to bring the beloved characters to life. Such stories add a layer of real human complexity to the comedy and fantasy of I Dream of Jeannie, reminding fans that behind the magic, there were real people dealing with their own struggles.
This is the most miraculous thing I've ever seen.
After the show, I Dream of Jeannie started in 1965 and became popular. Many people wonder what might have happened if things had gone differently. At one time, Barbara Eden, the actress who played Jeannie, might not have been on the show at all. Instead, she might have chosen to work with Lucille Ball on a different project. Lucille Ball was a very famous actress and producer, known for her own hit show called I Love Lucy. It is interesting to think about how different it could have been if Eden had met Lucille Ball earlier. If that meeting had happened sooner, she might have signed a contract with Desilu Productions, the company started by Lucille Ball, and her husband Desi Arnaz. Instead of becoming Jeannie, she might have taken a different role, or even been part of a show similar to I Love Lucy. The decision to do I Dream of Jeannie changed her career and made her a household name. It is fascinating to imagine how different her path could have been if she had gone with Lucille Ball and her team Perhaps she would have starred in another comedy or show, or maybe her career would have taken a completely different direction. All these possibilities make it clear how much one choice can change a person's future, especially in the entertainment world. Had she met Lucille Ball a little earlier, maybe her fate would have been very different, and the kind of projects she worked on might have changed entirely. The idea of what might have been always sparks conversation among fans and historians who are interested in the history of television and the careers of famous actors. The story of Barbara Eden's potential alternative path reminds us how unpredictable the entertainment industry can be, and how luck, timing, and chance meetings can shape the lives of entertainers forever.
But his place, you rotten homebreaker, you!
No, sir, I wasn't talking to your wife, sir. I was talking to your smoke. I thought it was a friend of mine.
After her visit to Los Angeles, Eden's third acting job came from a chance encounter with Lucille Ball. Lucille Ball, known for her own successful career in television, was impressed by Eden's talent and natural charm. She thought up this new role and brought Eden into a television series that would become very popular. Eden's involvement in this show marked a significant step in her career. The show captured the humor and light-hearted spirit that Lucille Ball became famous for, and Eden's performance was well received. The meeting between the two women was more than just professional. It was the beginning of a friendship built on mutual respect and shared love for acting. This third acting job was an important milestone for Eden, opening more doors to future roles and opportunities in television. Lucille Ball's support and her creative ideas made this experience memorable for Eden, and it helped her gain confidence in her acting skills. The show became a hit with audiences who loved the funny situations and the chemistry between the cast members. Meanwhile, Eden's reputation grew as a talented actress capable of bringing characters to life convincingly. Throughout the production, she learned much from Lucille, who was not only a veteran actress, but also a mentor to many young talents. Their collaboration on the series left a lasting impression on both women, and set the stage for more exciting projects ahead. This third acting job, inspired by Lucille Ball's ideas, proved to be a turning point in Eden's career, cementing her place in the television world, and giving her confidence to pursue even bigger roles in the future.
Hey, you don't really believe in the
Please do not jest, Master. It is why I have been so ill today. It is written that...
When thinking about the TV series I Dream of Jeannie from 1965, it is important to recognize the support Lucille Ball provided to the young actress Barbara Eden. Lucille Ball, already a famous star known for her work on Live Lucy, was dedicated to helping Barbara Eden succeed in her role as Jeannie. She did everything she could to make sure Barbara felt comfortable and confident while filming the show. This included paying close attention to small details, such as how Barbara's dress looked on camera. Lucille personally made sure that Barbara's outfit was perfect, knowing that the way she looked would help her character come to life better on screen. It was clear that Lucille's support went beyond just acting. She took time to ensure that the young star could shine. Her efforts showed that she genuinely cared about Barbara's success and wanted her to feel a part of the show's family. This kind of support helped Barbara Eden not only look good, but also feel more confident while working in a new and challenging role. It was a sign of the kindness and professionalism that Lucille Ball brought to her work, and her support for another actress, making the show a special success during its run. Her help behind the scenes contributed to the positive atmosphere on the set, where young talent could grow and flourish.
There! Now we will be able to put her someplace where she cannot cause any more trouble.
You mean you're...
Because she believed strongly in the comedy that Eden did, Lucy wanted her to sign a contract immediately. She felt that Eden showed real talent and promise in her acting, and she wanted to secure her place in the industry without delay. However, at that time, Eden had already tested her work with Fox, which meant Fox had already taken a close look at her potential. During filming on the set, Lucy received a telephone call that surprised her. It was a call from Fox, informing her that they had picked up her option. This meant Fox was interested in continuing to work with her, and wanted to keep her under contract. Instead of Lucy, who had been advocating for her, the decision was made by Fox to go ahead with the option they had already decided to exercise. As a result, the situation shifted, and Eden's future seemed to be with Fox, rather than being directly managed by Lucy. This development was an important step in her career, and indicated the level of confidence Fox had in her abilities, despite Lucy's earlier insistence that she sign immediately. Such moments showed how the entertainment industry often made decisions based on testing and evaluations, even after initial strong recommendations. It also demonstrated the competitive nature of managing talent, and how opportunities could suddenly change depending on the preferences of the networks and studios involved. The story of Eden's contract offer and Fox's decision is part of the larger picture of her career trajectory during that period, illustrating the complex negotiations and the importance of timing in television and film contracts. This sequence of events highlights how the industry operated behind the scenes, with actors and managers constantly navigating offers, options, and decisions that would shape their careers and future opportunities. Initially, I Dream of Jeannie captivated viewers with its charming mix of comedy and magic. However, a notable aspect that added excitement was the palpable sexual tension between the astronaut character played by Hagman and the mischievous Jeannie who lived under the same roof. This tension created a sense of intrigue and playful flirtation that kept the series fresh and engaging. The characters' interactions often hinted at a deeper attraction, which added layers of complexity to their relationship beyond the comedic surface. Over time, this chemistry became a central element of the show's appeal, drawing audiences into the characters' evolving connection. Eventually, during the 1969-70 season, the series took a major turn when the characters tied the knot. This marriage marked a significant milestone, transforming the dynamic that had previously driven much of the show's humor and appeal. Many fans felt that, after this union, the series lost some of its original spark. The playful tension that had been so characteristic was replaced by a different focus, and some believed this change diminished the show's excitement and unpredictability. The marriage seemed to shift the tone of the series, leaving fans with mixed feelings about the new direction it took and how it affected the chemistry between the characters.
Jeannie, it's not funny.
Hello,
In the first season of I Dream of Jeannie, a notable episode featured a real lion in one of its scenes, adding a touch of authenticity and excitement to the show. During that particular scene, the production team decided to incorporate a large, majestic lion to enhance the storyline and create a memorable moment. Eden, the actress who played Jeannie, had already gained some experience working with big cats before her role in the show. She had spent time around lions and considered herself somewhat of a lion expert, which helped her feel more comfortable during the filming. Her familiarity with these powerful animals gave her confidence, even when working alongside the lion on set. The scene with the lion was carefully planned and executed to ensure the safety of everyone involved, with trained professionals handling the animal. They used special precautions to make sure that Eden and the cast were safe while capturing the scene. This daring choice to include a real lion in the episode made it stand out and became a memorable part of the show's history. Fans and viewers often remember this scene because of its bold and realistic portrayal of the animal, demonstrating the creativity of the show's producers and the bravery of the cast and crew. Such moments helped the series become more engaging and unique, making it a favorite among many viewers. The effort to include a real lion showed the commitment to making the show special, and Eden's experience with big cats contributed to the success of that episode. The scene remains a well-known highlight from the show's early years, showcasing a blend of imagination and real animal handling that kept audiences interested and entertained.
Hey, you look great. Little too much pancake.
Maybe she's a little uptight right now.
Yeah, she does look.
In the 1965 TV series, I Dream of Jeannie, there is a memorable episode where the characters encounter a lion. During this scene, a woman addresses Hagman, who plays Major Nelson, and advises him on how to safely interact with the large and potentially dangerous animal. She explains that the best approach is to introduce themselves properly to the lion, emphasizing the importance of calmness and patience. She suggests letting the lion smell him first, which helps the lion recognize him and feel more comfortable. After the lion has finished smelling him, she recommends that Hagman lean forward very gently and softly stroke the lion. This careful and gentle touch allows the lion to get to know him better, reducing the chances of fear or aggression. The advice is simple but vital, showing that understanding animal behavior and acting with care can create a safe and peaceful interaction. Throughout the series, including this scene, the themes of friendship, trust, and understanding shine through, even when animals are involved in the story. The scene highlights that respect and gentle action are key when working with large animals like lions, ensuring that everyone remains safe. The episode uses this encounter to teach lessons about patience and kindness, reinforcing the idea that fear can be overcome through calmness and trust.
Jeannie.
Oh, Oh, Master, I am...
During the filming of the 1965 TV series I Dream of Jeannie, there was a notable incident involving Hagman's refusal and the bonding process with a lion. According to reports, Hagman said a firm and clear statement, "Absolutely not. I am done with this bonding process," and he refused to make friends with a lion. Despite this, Eden, the actor who portrayed the lion, and the lion himself became very close during the filming. They developed a strong bond, which surprised many since the lion was considered a dangerous animal. However, Hagman and several members of the crew were genuinely afraid of the lion and believed it was dangerous. Because of their fears, they did everything they could to stay away from the lion whenever possible. The fear was so intense that they avoided close contact with the animal, knowing that even a creature as seemingly calm as Eden could act unpredictably at any moment. This situation created a tense atmosphere on set, especially for Hagman, who made it very clear he did not want to participate in the bonding experiences with the lion. Despite Eden's closeness with the lion, the crew remained cautious, always aware of the potential risks involved. The whole dynamic highlighted the mix of fascination and fear that animals of such size and strength can evoke, especially in a filming environment. It also demonstrated how not everyone was comfortable with animal bonding, and Hagman's stance reflected a desire to keep a safe distance from a creature he knew could be dangerous. Their interactions, or lack thereof, remained a memorable part of the filming process, and added a layer of tension that fans and viewers might not have been aware of at the time. This incident showing Hagman's firm refusal contrasted sharply with Eden's bond with the lion, emphasizing the different perspectives and feelings of those involved in the show. Despite the close relationship between Eden and the lion, the crew's concern about safety persisted, reminding everyone that working with wild animals requires caution and respect. The fear remained a significant aspect of the filming experience, underscoring how some actors and crew members prioritize safety over forming bonds with the animals. This episode from the production of I Dream of Jeannie remains a point of interest, illustrating the challenges and fears faced during the filming of scenes involving wild animals, and showing that even in Hollywood, safety often comes first.
If I do throw out the classified trash, if I make myself clear.
As we wrap up the main story of I Dream of Jeannie, there's an intriguing chapter waiting just beyond the curtain. In our bonus segment, we delve into the lives of the talented cast members, revealing surprising twists and unexpected turns after the show's finale. Discover what happened to Barbara Eden, the enchanting Jeannie, and how her career evolved in ways you never saw coming. Uncover how Larry Hagman's journey continued from this iconic role into new adventures that reshaped his career, and learn about the lives of the supporting actors whose stories often went unnoticed. This behind-the-scenes look offers rare insights into the cast's personal struggles, successes, and the legacy they left behind. Stay tuned, because what we reveal next is filled with surprises that deepen the magic and mystery of I Dream of Jeannie long after the cameras stopped rolling. Prepare to be captivated by this exclusive glimpse into the show's real-life stars and their stories that still resonate today.
Maybe tell me that I belong to you. It's about this young...
Jackie Coogan portrayed Suleiman in the 1965 television series I Dream of Jeannie, a role that showcased his ability to convey a sense of authority and mystique, contrasting sharply with his childhood fame as a cheerful child star. Coogan's portrayal of Suleiman was compelling, adding depth and gravitas to the storyline, and highlighting his transition from a boy actor to a more mature performer. However, his career after this role was marred by personal struggles and legal battles. Coogan's early fame as a child actor in silent films and early talkies left him financially exploited, leading to his infamous lawsuit against his own parents for the misappropriation of his earnings. This scandal haunted him for years, contributing to financial instability and emotional turmoil. As he aged, Coogan faced a series of hardships, including battles with alcoholism, which further complicated his personal life. In the later years, he suffered health issues and lived somewhat in the shadows, with limited public appearances. Little is known about his final days, but he remained a figure marked by early fame and later adversity. His life serves as a stark reminder of the dark side of childhood stardom and the heavy toll it can take. Michael Ansara portrayed the Blue Djinn in the 1965 television series I Dream of Jeannie, a role that embodied dark mystery and regal authority. His character was a powerful, otherworldly entity with complex motives, blending menace with a tragic dignity that underscored Ansara's deep, commanding presence. Known for his intense expressions and commanding voice, he brought to life a figure both mesmerizing and ominous, inhabiting the shadows of the show's fantastical world. Beyond the series, Ansara's career was marked by notable challenges. He faced typecasting as an exotic villain, which limited his roles and often pushed him into stereotypical parts. His personal life was riddled with turmoil, including struggles with identity and acceptance as a Middle Eastern actor in Hollywood, where prejudice persisted. Rumors and reports hint at behind-the-scenes conflicts, and his marriage to actress Barbara Eden, star of I Dream of Jeannie, was often scrutinized amid accusations of emotional strain and infidelity. In his later years, Ansar confronted health issues that gradually eroded his vitality. The last confirmed details reveal a man haunted by his past choices and the cultural battles he endured. He passed away in 2013, leaving behind a legacy mired in both admiration and controversy, a shadowed figure in Hollywood's history.
Feel that he could use a sort of sober helping hand.
You mean a mother's?
Paul Lynde portrayed the character Alan Carr in the 1965 television series I Dream of Jeannie, a role that showcased his sharp wit and comedic timing. His performance added a layer of satire and subtle humor, making Carr a memorable presence on the show. However, beyond this small but significant part, Lynde's career was marked by a mixture of success and darkness. Known for his flamboyant personality and distinctive comic style, he became a fixture on television and stage, often playing roles that leaned into his campy, gay persona during a time when being openly gay was difficult tenant behind the scenes. Lynde faced personal hardships, including struggles with his sexuality in a society that considered it taboo, which often led to emotional turmoil and feelings of isolation. His career was marred by rumors and scandals that hinted at his hidden life, though he maintained a public persona that was carefully managed. Lynde's later years were plagued by financial difficulties and health problems, including substance abuse issues. The most intriguing and tragic part of his story is how his flamboyance and talent clashed with the societal expectations of the era, leading to a tumultuous life both professionally and personally. Paul Lynde's final years were filled with loneliness and hardship, and he passed away in 1982 under circumstances that further fueled speculation about his private struggles. Today, his legacy remains complicated, admired for his comedy, yet shadowed by the personal demons he fought in silence. The last known information suggests he left behind a legacy of talent overshadowed by an often tragic personal life.
Tell him the truth and live with it. That's all. What happens will happen.
You are so wonderful. You know, of all the masters
Woodrow Parfrey portrayed Henry Tracy in the 1965 television series I Dream of Jeannie. His character was a minor yet pivotal figure, often embodying a stern, authoritative presence that contrasted with the show's comedic tone. Parfrey's role displayed his talent for portraying complex, layered characters, blending subtle menace with underlying vulnerability. Beyond the series, Parfrey's career spanned decades, marked by an intense and sometimes tumultuous path. He was known for his work in theater and numerous television roles, often playing villains or authority figures. Despite his success, his life was troubled by personal hardships and questionable incidents. Rumors circulated about substance abuse and strained relationships with colleagues, which may have contributed to a decline in his career. Parfrey also faced legal troubles that further tarnished his reputation. His personal life was shadowed by a sense of isolation and inner turmoil, with few close to him aware of his struggles. The final years of his life remain shrouded in mystery. Reports suggest he withdrew from public view, living a quiet, isolated existence. His death, believed to have occurred in the late 1970s, is not well documented, leaving many questions unanswered about his true final days. The enigma surrounding Woodrow Parfrey endures, a reminder of the dark corners behind Hollywood fame.
How Jeannie's behaved, and that's just brilliant of you, Roger.
Kind of a Dr. Spock of bringing up genies, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
Ron Masak portrayed Joe in the 1965 television series I Dream of Jeannie, a role that added a layer of complexity to his early acting career. His character was a minor but memorable figure, yet it marked the beginning of Masak's journey through Hollywood's demanding landscape. After the show ended, Masak's career spanned decades, often shadowed by periods of struggle and uncertainty. Despite his talent, he never achieved widespread fame, and his career was punctuated by small roles and financial hardships that challenged his resilience. His personal life was marked by moments of darkness, struggles with health issues, and emotional lows that he rarely publicly discussed. Rumors circulated about conflicts with industry peers and allegations of professional setbacks that may have affected his mental well-being. Beyond his career, Masak's life was marred by tragedies, including the loss of close family members and the toll of aging in an unforgiving industry. His later years remained largely private, with minimal public appearances and scarce information about his well-being. The last known details indicate that Masak faced continued health challenges, and he withdrew from the public eye as age took its toll. Though his life was filled with hardships, his perseverance remains a quiet testament to a man who navigated the dark corners of Hollywood's shadows.
Which one of you wants to walk the plank first? Right! Let him walk the plank!
Hayden Rourke is best remembered for his portrayal of Dr. Alfred Bellows in the 1965 television series I Dream of Jeannie, where he played a nervous, often bumbling military psychiatrist whose interactions with the main characters added a layer of comedic tension. His portrayal brought a certain unsettling yet compelling presence to the role, hinting at underlying complexities beneath his outwardly comedic veneer. Beyond this role, Rourke's career was plagued by unfulfilled potential and a pattern of typecasting, which limited his opportunities in Hollywood's darker undercurrents. Rumors persisted about his personal life. Some sources suggest he struggled with health issues and depression, especially after the show's decline, though concrete details remain scarce. His personal hardships may have been exacerbated by the pressures of Hollywood's demand for youthful looks and constant reinvention, which he found increasingly difficult to maintain. There are unsubstantiated claims that he faced financial difficulties late in life, compounded by a reportedly strained relationship with former colleagues. Rourke's life took a mysterious turn in his later years, and little is known about his final days, with some reports suggesting he withdrew from public view entirely. No confirmed records exist about his death, leaving a shadow of ambiguity over his final chapter. The last known information about Hayden Rourke hints at a life of unseen battles behind the camera, with whispers of hardship persisted, but remain unverified, maintaining an air of enigmatic darkness around his legacy.
Is that you, Jeannie?
Oh, I'm...
Dabney Coleman portrayed Captain Dan Yardley in the 1965 television series I Dream of Jeannie, a role that showcased his ability to embody authority and complex emotion. His character was a stern, disciplined military officer, often caught between duty and personal doubts, adding a layer of tension to the series. Coleman's portrayal was notable for its subtlety, hinting at deeper struggles beneath a hardened exterior. After the series concluded, Coleman's career advanced as he took on a wide range of roles in film and television, often slipping into authoritative or morally ambiguous characters. Despite his success on screen, Coleman's life outside the spotlight was marked by personal hardships and darker incidents. He faced significant career setbacks in the late 20th century, including periods of unemployment and struggles with addiction that he publicly acknowledged later in life. Additionally, there were rumors of strained relationships with colleagues and allegations of misconduct, though none were proven in court. His personal life was tumultuous, marked by divorce and financial difficulties, which he kept largely private. The last known information about Coleman suggests a man who maintained a quiet, guarded existence away from the press, choosing privacy after years of public scrutiny. His story remains a testament to the unpredictable nature of fame and the hidden toll it can take.
Yes, he is.
I don't understand. Asleep over the dishes?
Judy Carn's role in 1965 as a recurring character in I Dream of Jeannie was a brief departure from her usual comedic style, yet it left an intriguing mark. Playing a fiery, unpredictable woman, her performance hinted at a darker edge beneath her comedic facade, revealing a complex personality that would haunt her later life. Her career after the show faced turbulent waters. The rise to fame was clouded by substance abuse issues and personal struggles that led to periods of obscurity and financial hardship. Carna's life was marked by scandals, including rumors of failed marriages, legal disputes, and battles with addiction that tarnished her reputation. She often spoke of emotional pain and feeling betrayed by the industry she once thrived in. Her attempts at a comeback were sporadic and overshadowed by her reputation for instability. The most tragic chapter came in her later years when her health deteriorated, and she withdrew from public life. The last known information about Judy Carn suggests a life shadowed by hardship, yet a lingering sense of resilience survives. Her story remains a cautionary tale about fame's pitfalls and personal resilience amid adversity.
See, Karen? We'll never get any sleep.
Major Nelson, in case you've forgotten, we live in Cocoa Beach. Right next.
Karen Sharp delivered a compelling portrayal of Melissa in the 1965 television series I Dream of Jeannie, a role that cemented her presence as a serious actress in the mid-1960s. Her character was often caught between humorous banter and subtle emotional vulnerability, showcasing her ability to embody complex, layered personalities within a lighthearted comedy. This role marked her as a rising talent, yet her career soon took a darker turn. After the show's end, Karen struggled to maintain her footing in Hollywood, facing a series of personal hardships and scandals that overshadowed her earlier success. Rumors of substance abuse and estrangement from family emerged, fueling speculation about her troubled life away from the camera. She was alleged to have faced financial difficulties, compounded by failed marriages that drew scrutiny and media attention. The most startling incident was an alleged arrest on charges related to illegal activities, a chapter that remains shrouded in mystery and incomplete details. Over the years, Karen withdrew from the public eye, leading a life fraught with unseen battles and unresolved conflicts. Her last known whereabouts are uncertain. She vanished from the public scene without a clear explanation. Today, there are only whispers and rumors about her whereabouts, leaving her life story a haunting mystery. The silence surrounding her final years continues to intrigue and unsettle those interested in her story, highlighting the tragic fall from fame and the elusive nature of her later life.
But I say that is a waste. And I hate waste. A guy with a talent like yours ought to use it.
Harold Gould portrayed General Weatherby in the 1965 television series I Dream of Jeannie, a role that, while not central, reflected his ability to embody authoritative and stern characters with a nuanced depth. Gould's performance was marked by subtle delivery, underscoring the complex layers beneath his military facade. Beyond this role, Gould's career spanned decades, marked by notable versatility across film, television, and theater. Yet, behind his professional success lay a life shadowed by hardship. Rumors of personal struggles surfaced, hinting at periods of financial instability and health issues that persisted into later years. Despite his reputation for professionalism, Gould faced whispers of scandal during the 1980s when personal relationships reportedly caused turmoil within his family. His voice talent also drew controversy due to unconfirmed allegations of industry misconduct. Though there was no public confirmation, Gould's later years were marred by declining health, leading to semi-retirement. The last known information indicates he quietly withdrew from public life in the early 2000s, maintaining a low profile until his death in 2010. The details of his final days remain largely private, preserving an enigmatic legacy.
You ran right into me.
Sorry. Sorry, sir. Here.
J. Pat O'Malley portrayed Judge Elroy Miller in the 1965 television series I Dream of Jeannie, a role that cast him as a stern, authoritative figure amid a show marked by fantasy and comedy. O'Malley's performance was characterized by a commanding presence that contrasted sharply with the whimsical tone of the series, revealing a man skilled in embodying seriousness and rigidity. His portrayal left a shadowy imprint, hinting at a man who harbored deeper complexities beneath his veteran exterior. Beyond the screen, O'Malley's career was riddled with shadows and quiet struggles. An early stage and film actor, he faced the decline of his career as television became dominant, often overlooked in favor of younger talent. Rumors suggest personal hardships may have haunted him, with whispers of financial troubles and disputes that blurred the lines between professional disappointment and private pain. His life was also marked by rumors of scandals, yet concrete details remain elusive, feeding a mysterious aura around his existence. After the series, he withdrew from public view, and limited information persists about his later years. The last known reports place him in the late 1960s, maintaining a low profile amid an uncertain future. His true story remains largely hidden, leaving only speculation about his final days.
Is happy to present a program of authentic harem dance.
Oh, I used to do those dances at parties.
Philip Ober portrayed General Stone in the 1965 television series I Dream of Jeannie, a role that placed him in the background of a popular sitcom, but one that carried significant weight due to the complexity of his character. General Stone was an authority figure, embodying strict military discipline and a no-nonsense attitude, which Ober rendered with grave authority and subtle restraint. His performance conveyed a sense of tension and underlying conflict, hinting at deeper layers beneath the stern exterior. After the series ended, Ober's career did not reach the same heights. He retreated from mainstream fame and appeared only sporadically in minor roles. Off-screen, his life was marked by a series of personal hardships and rumors that shadowed his reputation. There were whispers of scandal involving undisclosed financial troubles and strained relationships with colleagues, fueling speculation about mental health struggles and possible legal issues. Ober was known to have faced difficulties adjusting to life after acting, with some reports suggesting severe depression and isolation. His later years remained shrouded in mystery, with little confirmed information about his health or whereabouts. The last known details place him out of the public eye, leading to an enduring aura of intrigue surrounding his life. Despite the shadows, Philip Ober's contribution to television remains part of his complex legacy.
Any second now. I just sent Roger to find a Mr. Charles Freeze.
Who is Mr. Charles Freeze?
Well,
Bill Daly portrayed Major Roger Healy in the 1965 television series I Dream of Jeannie, a role that became his defining mark in television history. As the quirky, often clumsy space officer, Daly brought a comic innocence that contrasted sharply with the show's fantastical elements, yet behind his cheerful facade lay a man grappling with more profound struggles. After the series concluded, Daly's career faltered as he struggled to find roles of similar prominence, leading to periods of obscurity and unemployment. His personal life was shadowed by several hardships, including the toll of fame, a battle with depression, and allegations of strained relationships with some co-stars, which remain largely unconfirmed but contributed to a sense of mystery around his life. Rumors circulated about possible financial difficulties and health issues that he kept largely private. His most notable personal crisis involved his sudden withdrawal from the entertainment industry in the late 1980s amid reports of emotional distress. The last known information indicates that Bill Daly remained out of the public eye until his death in 2018, living quietly away from the spotlight. What remains compelling is the solitude he chose in his final years, suggesting a man haunted by the shadows of his past successes and struggles.
very good.
Barbara Eden is best known for her role as Jeannie in the 1965 television series I Dream of Jeannie, where she portrayed a mischievous, enchanting genie trapped in a bottle, eager to serve her master, but often causing chaos. Her portrayal earned her fame and made her an iconic figure in television history. Yet behind the cheerful facade lies a complex life, filled with personal struggles and mysterious events. Eden's career soared after the show, but she faced significant hardships, including a damaging divorce from her first husband, which left her emotionally scarred. During her career, rumors surfaced of substance abuse and mental health struggles, though she publicly remained private. In her personal life, she experienced certain scandals but kept her private affairs hidden from the media. The tragic death of her mother and her own battles with health issues marked darker periods. Despite her fame, Eden has faced financial difficulties and public criticisms over the years. The last known reports suggest she has maintained a quiet, solitary existence, rarely appearing in public. Her life remains shrouded in shadows, hinting at unresolved pain and secrets. Notably, she continues to be remembered for her role, but her personal story reflects a life filled with both brilliance and darkness.
Really?
Martians.
I beg your pardon.
All those blasted UFOs.
Barton McLean's portrayal of General Martin Peterson in the 1965 television series I Dream of Jeannie brought to life a stern, authoritative military figure. His role was characterized by a commanding presence and a no-nonsense attitude that added tension to the show's comedic elements. McLean's performance showcased his talent for playing authoritative, often intimidating characters, and his depiction of General Peterson resonated with viewers as a symbol of rigid discipline. Off-screen, McLean was known for a career filled with over 200 film and television appearances, yet his personal life carried shadows. Rumors of heavy drinking, which may have affected his later performances, lingered among colleagues, revealing a man battling inner demons. His life was marked by struggles with health, possibly linked to substance abuse, and periodic financial troubles that threatened his stability. Notably, his career saw a sharp decline after the late 1960s, with fewer roles and increasing isolation. His reputation was clouded by whispers of personal scandals involving relationships and conflicts with industry insiders. The last known information reports a quiet withdrawal from the public eye in the early 1970s, with limited records of his final years. Some sources suggest he faced difficulties with dementia before passing away in the mid-1980s. Though official details remain scarce, his legacy remains complex, a talented actor whose darker personal struggles shadowed his professional achievements.
Hey, how about that? See what I mean? She knows. Remarkable, Roger.
Ted Cassidy portrayed the character Habib in the 1965 television series I Dream of Jeannie. His role was minor but memorable, adding a mysterious layer to the show's universe. Cassidy's deep voice and towering stature made his presence striking, yet his career beyond the series was marked by struggles and moments of darkness. Known for his intimidating appearance and imposing build, Cassidy was often typecast in villainous or alien roles, which limited his opportunities. Behind the camera, his life was riddled with personal hardships. He faced health issues related to his size, including a series of back problems that severely affected his mobility and career. Rumors circulated about his mental health, fueled by his withdrawal from the industry and erratic behavior, though concrete details remain scarce. Cassidy was outspoken about the loneliness that came with his fame, and his feelings of alienation, often hinting at a troubled soul beneath his tough exterior. His life was interrupted by tragedy when he contracted leukemia and struggled to find effective treatment. He passed away in 1979 at the age of 46, leaving behind a legacy overshadowed by both his on-screen persona and his private pain. The last known reports suggest he spent his final years battling illness in secrecy, his health quietly deteriorating. No further public revelations about his personal life have emerged since then, leaving his final chapter shrouded in silence and mystery.
Oh, good, good. But number 2 and 3 are out.
Larry Hagman starred as Major Anthony Nelson in the 1965 television series I Dream of Jeannie. His portrayal of the rakish astronaut brought a mix of charm and authority, yet beneath the surface, Hagman wrestled with personal demons and complex emotions. The character's blend of seriousness and levity masked Hagman's own battles with addiction and instability. After the show ended in 1970, Hagman's life took a darker turn. His career suffered setbacks, partly fueled by substance abuse issues that plagued him for years. He faced multiple arrests and public embarrassments, which tarnished his professional reputation. Hagman's personal life was marked by tumult. He was known for strained relationships and episodes of depression that occasionally led to hospitalization. His health fluctuated as he aged, with substance dependency contributing to his physical decline. Despite his fame, Hagman endured profound loneliness and inner turmoil. In his later years, his career revived somewhat with television appearances and reprisal roles, yet echoes of his struggles persisted. The last publicly available information indicates that Larry Hagman passed away in 2012 due to complications from cancer, leaving behind a legacy shadowed by both his iconic role and his tumultuous life. His final years were a testament to resilience amid personal suffering, a somber reflection on the cost of fame and inner battles.
Well, if you gentlemen would excuse me, please.
Vinton Hayworth's portrayal of General Winfield Schaefer in the 1965 television series I Dream of Jeannie marked a notable departure from his earlier character roles, showcasing his ability to embody the stern, authoritative military figure. His performance lent an air of seriousness and gravitas to the series, contrasting sharply with the more light-hearted elements of the show. Beyond this role, Hayworth's career was marked by a series of ups and downs. Despite being a talented actor, his career faced stagnation after the series ended, with limited notable roles afterward. Off-screen, Hayworth's personal life was tumultuous. He faced persistent battles with alcoholism, which reportedly affected his career and relationships. Rumors circulated about scandals involving infidelity, though concrete details remained scarce, adding a shadowy aura to his public image. His health declined in later years, compounded by the stress of his personal struggles, leading to periods of retreat from the public eye. The last known information about Vinton Hayworth points to a quiet withdrawal from acting and public life, with few records of his activities in his final years. His death occurred in 1970, yet details surrounding his later life and the exact causes remain shrouded in mystery, leaving his true story partially concealed behind a curtain of silence.
His club.
Explain that, pal. How come you didn't let me in on the easy
Well,
way?
I wanted to, Raj, but I couldn't. What I mean is...
What?
I Dream of Jeannie remains a beloved classic that brought laughter and magic into many homes. Its charming portrayal of the friendship between astronaut Tony Nelson and the whimsical Jeannie captured the imagination of viewers and became a timeless part of television history. The show's blend of comedy, fantasy, and relatable characters made it a favorite across generations. Watching these episodes today reminds us of a simpler time, reminding us of childhood innocence and the joy of a good story. Did you grow up watching I Dream of Jeannie? Do you have favorite moments or memories connected to the show? Perhaps it was a part of family gatherings or a favorite after-school activity. Share your stories in the comments below and keep the nostalgia alive. Celebrating these moments helps us remember the magic and laughter that the series brought into our lives.
Are you all right?